Okay, so people seem to really like when I'm mad at a movie and I'm like, I hate it for some reason. I don't know. I don't like being mad at movies and I don't like doing these kinds of reviews. But here we go. Play Dead. Oh, Jesus Christ. I wish I played dead during this movie. Or wish I was just fucking actually dead. Because then I wouldn't have had to sit through it.
Wow.
Okay, so this movie stars Bailey Madison from Strangers Prey at Night, Pretty Little Liars, Original Sin, Jerry O'Connell.
From Joe's Apartment.
From Joe's Apartment, from Stand By Me, from freaking... it doesn't matter. Piranha 3D, whatever.
Whoa. It doesn't matter.
God damn it. This movie, my life. So, okay. There's Bailey Madison's character has a brother. They're both like down on their luck because their father killed himself, and because he committed suicide, his insurance policy didn't pay out. I guess they weren't doing well before that, so they needed daddy's money to get by anyway. But anyway, that happens. It ruins everything. They need cash bad. The brother tries to commit a robbery with his friend, and this goes all wrong. The friend is shot, and he drives off, and then they realize that they planned their robbery through his cell phone, through text messages, because these guys are geniuses. And so the sister, who is very knowledgeable in forensics, she decides, like, if they find that phone, you're going away for 25 to life. So the only way for me to get that phone and save you, because he burned the car and all the other evidence, so the only thing left to link him to that robbery is this cell phone that is in the morgue lockup for evidence. So she decides she is going to inject herself with a drug. It's gonna knock her out, make her heart beat Romeo and Juliet style. She's gonna make herself look like she's dead.
She's gonna play dead.
Yeah, she's gonna play dead. You get it? You get the title? And that's gonna get her into the morgue, and God knows what fucking condition, and God knows where in the morgue. But yeah, whatever. This is such an extreme plan.
Yes.
This is such an extreme plan that she comes up with and goes to do so fast. Like, I get it, like, you're screwed, but like this seems like a plan that you would have to do for, I don't know, a much bigger reason. Like, I get it, your brother's gonna go to jail, but he just needs to leave the state quick. He just needs to get the hell out of the country. You need to give him to Mexico, whatever the hell, get him across the country, something. Playing dead and going in there like this, I don't know, the setup is asinine, right? So, but you just got to accept it, and that's fine. I've seen tons of setup. If you think that's all that's wrong with this film, I was fine. When we were watching it, I was just like, I was coming up with these questions of like, what if you wake up in a locker? What if you wake up and you're being freaking, an autopsy on you? What if, like, who the hell knows what's going to happen? Who knows how much to take, what kind of effect it's going to have on your body if you're going to wake up at all? You might actually die. If you do wake up, are you going to even be able to fucking function?
Right.
Are you able, like, where are you going to be? You're going to be stuck in a meat locker that has a lock on it. You're just going to sit in there and freeze to death overnight. Like, there's so many ways this can go wrong. And so few ways this can go right. Like, you're talking about a 99% chance that it's not going to go well. And she comes up with it like this because she's so smart, right? So, but I was just like, you know what? I've accepted dumber plots.
Sure.
I've accepted dumber setups. Fuck it. I'm in. That's fine. Once she's in there, let's go. If you think that is like the peak of her stupid decisions and the illogic of this film, oh my God, let me fucking tell you something.
It's not.
So what do you, okay, your feelings towards the film are similar to mine?
Yeah,
or like,
I mean, I just kind of felt like after a point, there was some stuff that was just very unbelievable. And I think you said it really well when we were watching the film. Like, it is trying to be really smart. And
oh my God,
her character is made to be, like, very smart. But there's a lot of, like, little things that are ignored or don't make sense or don't add up or whatever that just totally make you question, like, the logic. And it sucks because I hate to be nitpicky with films in that way, but with a film that is trying to be so, like, big brain about everything, it's hard to overlook that because they seem very basic and they seem like things that you would just, you know, realize, like, oh shit, we need to fix that. Like, that doesn't make sense. So that, all of that, you know, it definitely brought the film. I didn't like the film, pretty much, really at all, but I did like performances. I like Bailey Madison. I think that she does a good job. I liked her in Pretty Little Liars, Original Sin, and Joe, what's his name? I actually thought he was pretty scary in this. Like, he definitely, you know, played an interesting character, and I liked seeing him in that role.
Yeah.
So that I liked, and then there's also some effects makeup at the end that I was a big fan of. I thought that looked really great. But other than that, I didn't like the movie. Yeah.
So, I think it is because of that. So the reason why this stuff pisses me off is that, like, you have writers who really take their time to think through certain things. Bigger things. That they're just like, oh, we're going to do this because, you know, that's going to solve this and this problem. So you actually have people who have taken their time, have shown some form of intelligence in this aspect of the film, but then just completely ignore logic otherwise.
Right.
And that's what makes it frustrating. If the script is just bad across the board, you just roll your eyes the whole time.
Yeah.
But when there's certain things, when there's certain key aspects that are addressed in certain ways where they're like, oh, well, you know, we're going to have to do this because of this, this, and this. And it's like, oh yeah, that's true. And it's not stuff that you hear often. And you're like, oh, that was smart. But then it's very quickly then followed by thereafter by some of the dumbest shit imaginable. Where you're like, how did you write this? Did you have, like, multiple writers and this guy wrote the smart shit and this guy wrote the dumb shit and you just meshed them together? Because that's how it felt. It felt like there was smart choices and then there was just the dumbest shit imaginable where you're like, but why? And I don't want to hear anything because I hate this is like the easiest way to piss me off is to talk down to the genre and be like, oh, well, it's just horror, right? Or it's just a movie. But especially the horror. The horror one is always what agitates the fuck out of me. It's always like, oh no, like, characters have to be stupid. That's the situation. It's horror. Like, you know, that's just how you have a movie. Like, it wouldn't be horror if people didn't make dumb decisions. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I've watched more fucking horror movies than almost anybody on Earth. And I've seen tons of films where no one makes a dumb decision at all.
Yeah.
And then other movies where all they make is dumb decisions.
Right.
So don't tell me. You just need to be smarter as a writer. But
the other thing too is that, like, with the dumb decisions, like, there are plenty of movies where, you know, like, somebody will make a dumb decision and it's like one or two, right? And you can explain it away or just ignore it. But it's the fact that there's a lot of, like, inconsistencies and dumb decisions in this film alongside the more intelligent ones that make it really confusing and, like, not a fun watch.
The amount of times that the antagonist, like, just slowly walks over here or doesn't really come at anybody, just, like, runs back to his computer monitors and just looks. That kind of stuff, I was just sitting there like, what in the fuck is happening? Like, what is going on here? And just the decision making, I can't harp on this enough. There's so many moments where people are, like, trying to sneak up behind people and they're taking their sweet ass time and they have a long enough distraction. Then they're hanging out with someone for so long and you're like, okay, let's get going. And there's so many moments like this that anybody who is upset with dumb decisions is going to be throwing shit at the screen. They're just going to be so frustrated the whole time. Right?
That's
if you're
true.
someone like me who's just like agitated to no end, I can look past dumb decisions sometimes, right? There's plenty of films. I've brought this up a trillion times, but Laurie Strode, she takes the knife, she throws it right next to Michael and walks off before knowing he's for sure dead.
Right.
That kind of stuff is dumb. 100% never going to deny it's not. We've had dumb decisions in horror. But there's so many here.
Yeah.
There's so many moments of not even just dumb decisions, but just pure logic. Where you're like, no.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't happen. No, that couldn't. No way. That's not how that works. No. And I just felt that the entirety of the film.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got to a place where we were like 10 minutes left, 15 minutes left, and I was just groaning out loud every like 2 minutes where I was just like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not a recommendation.
Shit.
At all. So.
Yeah. I would honestly, like, I've already started to flush so much out of it. There's so much of it out of my brain.
Sure.
That, like, even though we literally just finished it, like, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time remembering, like, half of the shit that pissed me off. Like, even if we wanted to sit down and do a spoiler discussion right now, which I don't want to waste any more time, I just am, like, sitting here like, what was I so pissed off about? But I guarantee you, if I went back and rewatched the movie and wrote shit down, I would just blast this movie for an hour straight. Just like, why did she do this? Why did he do this? Why did this person do this?
It doesn't work like
Why
that.
is this work like this? This doesn't work like this. No, no, no. People have peripheral vision. People can feel people around them. People, like...
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's
I can't. We're moving on. I'm done. I hate this movie. A huge 0 for me. Yeah, because it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I think there's super interesting things going on about the hypocritical antagonist and his logic that he's had to apply to what he's doing. And, like, you know, she wants to be this great sister that's, like, going to stand up for her family and all this. Like, character motivations and all that stuff is good. Yeah. It's fine. The performances are fine. It's just the stupidity where I'm always shocked. I get it. Like, you know your place on set, I guess. But I genuinely don't think... I don't know. I wouldn't work in Hollywood very long. I guess I would probably get kicked off of sets because I just don't know if I could sit back and be like, but that wouldn't happen. That's not even fucking close to reality. Like, I'm fine. There's dumb decisions made by people when they're scared. 100%. But this isn't that. This is, like, completely throwing all logic out the window to the point where you're like, no one in the world... That doesn't even work. Right? Like, certain things are like, nah, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Or, no, that's not how people are. In the slightest. So there's a difference. There's a difference between I'm scared and I'm running this way when I should be running that way. That's not it.
No.
Right? I'm done. I don't care anymore. Watch the movie if you want, and then fucking disagree with me and tell me how genius the film is, and I'm done. I hate this film so much.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. I'm fucking so angry with this film.